Two giants, one continent, divided by stories, united by truth. From Lagos to Josie, we're breaking stereotypes, not each other. This is Plus 234 Mzansi, where Nigeria meets South Africa and the real conversation begins.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Plus 234 Mzansi, let the conversation begin.
What's up, guys? Welcome to 234 Mzansi. My name is Nadu. Usually, you know, it's not just me. Here, we have the two crazy Nigerians. You can never think of. This is the most traveled African comedian. The dollar remix. The only man that dares to talk to any government of any country. He's not a proud man, very humble. In Igbo language, for those of you that are Nigerians, we call him He's the only man that they call Bagaba. Where he enters, he enters. He's the only man that they call a full local government. He's not proud. Make some noise for the one and only Akapipi.
Oh my God! Stop now! I'm shy. You know it's my first time. I was like, Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know, two from Zanzi, we're here. Then why you apologizing? I know I don't apologize. I'm a big boy. He's a lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know that one or two happened, and we just had to fix it. But we're here, and you know that when we're here, this is where we make everything stop. I go live for you.
Anyways, you've heard a cappella, and of course, the beautiful, the delectable, very intelligent, very smart. She's chilled. She's not like bully.
South African pepper.
Tawa is my bully. She bullies me. I have no idea why. She's like what Igbo people call chinch. She's chinch to me, but Tawa is not here today. But obviously, we have the beautiful, the delectable Jenny. How you doing? Welcome.
Hey guys, I've joined the pack now. I'm part of the family. Welcome to Mzansi 234 Podcast.
Our guest on the show. Baba, you see what we want to talk about today? Acapella, I'm going to allow you.
No, it's what we're about to talk about today. Something that we should have talked about many
years ago.
In fact, we should be talking
A long
about
time.
it every day. After today, we'll talk about it tomorrow. After tomorrow, talk about it next tomorrow. Even today, we'll replay it and talk. In fact, we should let the conversation begin. And
should
what
be
we're
on
talking about
repeat.
today is one of the most important things that has affected families, has affected individuals, has affected heroes, has affected me. We're talking about men's mental health.
And to do justice to that is our brother here, Charles, from Mastery EQ. You're welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. I am actually having fun in the midst of amazing people here. So thank you for having me.
Charles, this is your
It's a
voice. I
pleasure.
know, understand. This voice is follow come or
No, well, I grew up here actually.
You
I
grew up in South
yes,
Africa?
Yes, I work here and I grew up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you have such
you were
baritone
born
voice.
here.
No, I'm 100% Nigerian, but let's say I've lived almost half of my whole life in South Africa.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
If you would put it in numbers, for how long?
More than 15 years.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
you don't,
good.
which means you have a child in South Africa. Are you married?
You give me one.
No, I'm just asking that. How can you be here for 15 years and you haven't?
No.
So you're
you
wasting
don't
all
just
these
you don't
things.
just have kids. Why? You don't just have kids with anyone. I owe it to my kids to give them a good mother. A mother
Okay,
that
so
is
you have not
sound.
seen good mother in South Africa since you came.
No. Of course, there are
Or you have not been
beautiful
looking
women.
for.
There are beautiful women. Let's say it's not yet my time.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
No, but wait, I need to ask you. You said they're beautiful women. It's not yet your time. So what have you been doing for 15
to
years?
Get married.
To get married.
married,
But okay,
to
you have
a
been.
child.
Okay,
Yeah, to
you
get
have
married or
been.
to have a child.
So
But
you
you
wanna
have-
get married
Normal
to,
level now. Normal, I no be virgin now. Knocking supposed to. Yeah.
You wanna get married to your Nigerian woman?
Well, let me put it this way. Nationality doesn't matter. I look towards personality.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct guy. Okay.
Now,
let's move on.
back to the conversation that we're having today. We're discussing men's mental health. And, which is what you people do at Mastery EQ. It is a topic that is rarely talked about because, African men have gotten to the point where even when you're growing up, you fall down. They tell you, oh, stop crying. You're a man. Are you not a man? And then we've grown up to the point where we internalize everything. And A man is going through a lot, but you can never hear it from that man. I used to see these TikTok videos where ladies understanding ladies will come and say, men, when you have a problem, who do you talk to? Now you now see other men stitching the video.
Yeah.
You don't talk to anybody. You keep it to yourself. So, which is one of the major problems that is killing the African man. We don't see ourselves going to the shrink and sitting down and telling him, okay, tell me what's your problem? How do you feel? No. You
They
grin.
tend to hide it.
You hide it with
Because
grin.
they say indoda haikale in Zulu, which means a man does not cry. So you as a man, you keep it to yourself because of that concept. You try to hide it and be strong and be that person the society putting. You trying to be that man and not be, comfortable in your own space, even at home. I mean, like, we get men that are homeless in their own homes. And why is that? They are homeless in their own homes emotionally.
Oh,
Let's talk about
men talk about, you guys don't know that men speak.
How?
Men speak to bottles of beer. Baba, if you know secret where beer don't hear. It was men's secret that makes beer cold. Where man tell beer secret, go catch on. Say, bro, you don't go through.
No, but Charles, why in your own? I'm sure you have seen, I'm sure you guys in your stuff, you have seen a lot, you have heard a lot. Why do you think, is it that we're ashamed or afraid? Why do you think it is?
Okay, well, let's go to the root cause of this whole problem. The belief. It is not natural. And when we begin to tell men not to be connected to their authentic self, we are setting them up for depression, anxiety, worst case scenario, suicidal thoughts. Now, how do we correct this belief? Because this belief have actually done nothing but normalized mental illness. So let's challenge it with being realistic. Let's challenge it with nature. Now, if we keep telling men not to feel their emotions, first of all, emotions are part of who we are, not just as men, but as a human being. So when we are now telling human beings not to express what was meant to be impressed, whatever
Which
is
is not
meant
fair.
exactly is not fair, right? So remember that the genesis of most problems comes mentally.
Yes.
So if we do not understand that this, I don't know who brought it into existence, but part of what we do in Mastery EQ is to debunk these beliefs. We have been able to debunk it with emotional intelligence. Neuroscience also has something to say about it that is quite negative, So it's time we change the narrative. It's time we enlighten people to know that this belief that was handed over to us by our parents is actually trauma, unhealed trauma, manifesting in people's life. So this belief is responsible for blocking men down. Now, you can't tell someone not to express their emotion. At the end of the day, it's just like a time bomb. So the belief that you should be a man, handle it is so fake.
And there's this
And just 1 minute,
Okay.
it's hard time we started labeling those who support this movement. It's hard time we start seeing them that they are not okay. They are not able to relate to
they need
reality.
mental health
Yes,
evaluation
of course.
themselves.
It's a low-key mental illness. It's a low-key mental illness. So it doesn't matter your status, so long as you have this belief and you are teaching your kids as a man, make they feel something. Make they do and say be man. Obviously, now that guy is prone to either die, have anxiety, depression, or even get worse than we are actually discussing
But
right
low-key, I think we all do this low-key. Like me, I will be honest with you. I do with my son. My son is 2 years old. His elder sister is 4+. Do you get me? Now, there are some things that she will do. I'm like, okay, baby, it's okay, it's all right. But that's my son before. Yeah, well, you get used to it, yeah, man. Do you get me?
It's passed down.
That's
passed
not
down.
nice. Yes, and most of us,
Me say, I'm part of the problem.
Generation
Yeah.
yes.
We need to heal. We need to
But
heal.
I didn't do anything to heal from.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most of these traumas were inherited by our parents. So why are we enlightening people? Is for you to become aware and begin to deconstruct such belief system. Because every human being exists in various dimensions of reality. We don't only exist on the physical body. There are versions of a cappella that exist on the emotional. There are versions of you that exist on the mental. So we are here to understand our thoughts process, emotions, and physical action, because how we think and how we feel is actually responsible for manipulating everyone's physical reality. So if we know they tell people, make them they take care of
Their
the
mental health.
utmost creative intelligence within them, of course, we are setting them up for much problems. And some of these things, once they manifest in the body, we can't they name them anxiety, depression, heart attack. These are untreated traumas from childhood, from our parents, down to us. And if you not take careful, you go pass them to the next generation. Now, why religious people, they scam people, they think, say, there's demons somewhere. Not lie. These are negative, low vibrational behaviors that we've not actually come to confront with the truth.
Because you put something on your mind and you tend to believe it, your body also tells you that
We
I'm
are the
sick.
ones creating
You
these
also get
things.
sick,
It's our
yes.
own handwork. Nobody's responsible for that.
So those man of God, his mind was not there before. Now he can hear. So it's not.
It's a scam.
Hey,
It's a scam.
Judge Jehovah.
Chineke.
It's a scam. I am putting it here is a scam.
There's one man of God in Nigeria. In Nigeria, his name is Jeremiah Fufeng. He's a trader. He sells everything. I don't know. He says trauma tower.
No, but at what point? At what point? Because I'm here, I'm sitting, only for me to realize that I'm actually part of the problem. But being part of the problem, I wouldn't say that maybe my parents, treated me some type of way for me to think that. No, maybe it's probably general thing that I've seen, with training boys. Because I mean, another thing I'm asking is, at what point does being a man translate to self-destruction? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, be a man. At what point does it get
To be a man.
to be a man? That's at what point do you follow on that journey of, oh, you have to be a man, internalize, you have to be a man? At what point does it get to that it now becomes self-destruction?
That is nonsense. There's no certain time. Whatever you feel, whatever that is impressed is meant to be, whatever you impress is meant to be expressed either way. So if that's why it's emotion. Emotions are energy in action. It's even, we should start teaching kids how to name their feelings, not to shy away from their emotion. Even now I cry, bro. Like I cry. I shed tears. I'm a
I heard
human
it when I
being.
heard that your voice.
Yeah, I cry. Yeah, just to I don't become it. This is the power we have. We are not meant to function all the time negatively. You don't become that. Remember, we are all human beings.
First.
Do you understand? So whatever you focus, you begin to manifest it in your emotion. Now, your emotion has the capacity to manipulate your physical reality. So if you feel like crying as a man, please cry.
But when a man tells you, I'm fine, I'm fine can be covered with a silent scream, just with polite words. You can say, I'm fine, but they're just using it as a metaphor. They're actually not fine. Sometimes deep down in your heart is bruised and you're just too tired as a man to explain it, probably to your woman. And how does a woman actually create that safe place for the man? Because men shy away, they shy away from that space and feel like, nah, she's a woman, she wouldn't understand because I have to provide, because of the narrative that men must provide. The society is believing that men must provide. You're a man because of what you bring to the table financially. So now, how do we work around that?
Okay, well, first of all, that belief, there's something fundamentally wrong with such belief. It's not realistic to begin with.
I agree with you, my brother.
Do you understand? So let's stop, like I said, normalizing mental illness. every human being naturally has the intelligence to provide. God forbid, my daughters over my dead body would never depend on any man for provision.
Amen.
They will grow up knowing that the power, the intelligence to create wealth and abundance is naturally embedded in them.
Yes.
They will never limit themselves to a man's control. So first of all, we must understand that marriage or relationship is a teamwork.
Yes, it is a teamwork. It is a teamwork.
Now, can we all agree that sometimes, if we are being real, without adding or removing anything, do we agree that sometimes natural conditions or natural challenges limits men from providing for their loved ones? Not because they don't have the ability, but because the situation surrounding them at that moment limits them. So is that the reason why they don't deserve love?
No, it's not.
Should that be the reason why people would make contents criticizing men who don't have money? Probably they are going through natural challenges to learn who they are to get better. So why is this society so toxic with this belief? So it's time we started identifying, no matter the celebrity, let's tag them with mental illness. Because that's psychosis. Right? That is psychosis, not being not being
That's
able.
true.
Yeah.
Because when you come out and say a man who doesn't have money
It's
doesn't
not a
deserve
man.
anything, doesn't
Yeah,
deserve to be
a
like
man
that,
doesn't
you
have-
have
That's
severe
crazy. It's
mental
toxic.
illness because you're not even realistic
Yes.
with what you are saying.
So what you're trying to understand now, Charles, is that any lady or any female or men, for example, that supports the notion that when you don't provide as a man, you're useless, that has mental illness.
Yes, now,
Correct.
including
Those men,
religious
those men
leaders.
are ignorant.
You know, religious leaders are part of people that spread this. He that cannot provide for
He's
his
worse
own
than infidel.
is worse than infidel. Women
Hear
like
me-
that
hear
verse.
me out. Yes, any pastor that says this thing, first of all, is not realistic to begin with. There are challenges in life. That's why some of these religious ideas, when you begin to challenge them with reality, you find out that a lot of nonsense.
And you know, funny enough,
is written in that
quotation in
context.
the Bible has nothing to do with husband and wife.
It has not. That's what I'm saying.
By
It's
the way,
not
first.
realistic. Yeah.
Okay, yes, if I can recall that quotation in the Bible,
Yes.
it's about maybe widows.
He was talking about widows.
Widows,
People taking
and
care of the widows
if you
in their family.
if you cannot take care of the widows in
your own family,
in your
yeah.
own family,
It has nothing to
It's
do with
got nothing
relationship.
to
has
do with
nothing-
relationship.
And then when Jennifer spoke about men not being able to open, I think in reality, I speak for myself, having had relationships here and there, you know, as souvenir home as an so I think that women like the idea of safe space. They like the idea of be vulnerable to me. They like it, but they don't live it.
No, accept me though.
Okay, maybe.
Yes.
I will not argue with you now because
Yes.
I've not dated you. But every woman likes the idea of say, I like
up
my
to
man
me.
to be open to me. And then the man opens up to a certain extent. She starts to see him as weak.
Yes. And they
Do you
tend
understand?
to
And so,
also
to what
disrespect
extent
him.
do you want vulnerability? Do you want it at your convenience? Do you want him to be wholeheartedly open and vulnerable to you? Because he sees it. The man sees that this my weakness I'm portraying to you is beginning to make you act funny to me. So I feel like women like the idea to have to be their man's safe
I mean,
space.
she's
And
a
then when
woman.
she says accept her, so I don't know.
No, but the thing is, it's important to create a safe space for your man. And also, with the men must provide, a woman must also work. In case that things go
No, why does it have to
sideways.
be in case?
No.
I have a problem with when they say,
In case.
like sorry to say, Jennifer, in Nigeria, you see women, I don't know here, I speak
Okay.
about Nigeria, you see Nigerian men say, women make money, make your own money, in case things go south. Men don't make money in their family in case things go south. Men make money to take care of their family. Why do you want to wait for things to go south
No, you're not.
before you bring out your own money? You are shortchanging your family. You have money. You are keeping it in case things go south. You are shortchanging your family.
No, you're actually not keeping it to yourself. You're actually also providing as a woman, also
Ah.
putting money on the table equally.
I think
let's say the
that's-
50% concept. If a man also provides, let's say he's paying the mortgage, he's paying the cars, the woman must also pay school fees and do something, probably buy groceries. I think leaving like that,
Yeah, that's how it should be. Like it's a
equation.
teamwork.
But
like I
yes,
said,
it should be a
It's
teamwork.
it should be a
Yeah,
teamwork.
it's a teamwork.
But let's sorry I'm cutting you. Let's be honest. It's a teamwork. My brother, we know most
On
of this.
paper.
On paper is a teamwork. But
On paper.
on paper is a teamwork. It gets to the point. I'm serious. It gets to the point now where maybe like you said, we have to be realistic. This mental illness of men has to, it needs to be removed.
It has to
Now,
end,
it needs to be removed. Because when the society, something has happened in the maybe economy, something happens to the man's job. When that woman, not all, though, we have wonderful women.
Nearly all.
Nearly, not
Amazing
nearly.
ones, yeah.
But we
Okay,
have
almost
amazing,
nearly all.
we have wonderful women that will do it and you will not know. But there are some, when they pay all those things, they say, look, hey, I need a tip. I saw it on my Instagram, something like this. If your machine gun is like this, lower your voice when you're talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And then when they now spend the money, when you want to talk, hey, shut up. How much do you even bring in the house? Your mates are outside doing this, and you are here. You see, it now gets to the point where the man loses self-esteem as a man. A man's value is appreciated under the condition that he provides some sort of value. Now, that value can be money. That value can be him. You get the point now? You know what him is?
Bagabwane, gangagangam.
Normal.
Because see,
We call it pata in South Africa.
pata. So you have to be able to provide something. That is when a man is seen as a man. And is that mentality, is he okay?
That is what I'm saying. It is so wrong. And like I'm going to call it what it is. It makes the mind unwell. Now, according to neuroscience, this is not about me. It's an open information. Go and do your research about that. That the pressure men usually face when it comes to being the provider puts their brain in a survival mode. It increases high rate of cortisol. Now, as an emotional intelligence coach, my job is to tell men to become aware of their emotion, to know how to regulate it, to know how to express it, and to know how to work with their mind and not their mind working against them. So it's important to know that as a man, your value is not embedded on provision.
And what you put also on the table.
That is nonsense to begin with. And if we keep telling women that a man must provide A man will provide B, we limit them from knowing the power that is already naturally in them.
But don't you think it's too late?
That's what I'm saying. Look at the high rate of anxiety and depression.
But
The
what of-
society is sick. People are not okay.
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
sorry to say this. Even me talking, I'm not okay too. But
who is
I'm
normal
I'm
now?
aware. I'm aware of my errors. Yeah, and that's what emotional intelligence does. It gives you the conscious awareness where you know yourself on a mental, emotional, and physical way. That helps you to organize yourself. But most people are not aware of this information. They are not even teaching it in schools. So a lot of people are not even aware that their intelligence is not leading them to apply reality. They have the inability to relate to reality. And that's so sad.
But no matter how much we talk about this, we say, okay, it shouldn't be this, it shouldn't be this. Even if we live here now, for example, a capella meets a girl. The first thing that comes to
Very
his
nice
mind,
example.
the first thing that comes to his mind is, okay, he knows, maybe he meets Tava, for example, now. Tava, how much is Tava? How much will it take? Tava, this girl will be high maintenance.
Yeah, your first construct is...
Yes. He sees Jenny.
But that's where the insecurities of a man also comes. It seems like men are afraid of a woman when they are more successful, or even when they are earning more than what a man is earning. If, let's say, I'm earning a more salary than you,
That's the truth.
also where the disrespect comes.
yeah.
Because a woman tends to disrespect a man if she feels like, nah, I'm earning more than you, I can do more than what you offer on the table.
But that's on a different game. So what you're saying is when I'm already with you and you are visibly
Me,
more
I'm saying
successful.
when you're just
We're
meeting.
saying on the first meeting,
Or the first
how the
meeting.
construct has been now is that yesteryears, you used to see a woman and then you are just thrilled by, because something attracts you first. You are just thrilled by, oh, she's beautiful. I like to approach this woman. It has gone from that to seeing the woman and asking yourself, do you have the financial you have not even approached her. You don't even know if she's successful. Do you understand what I mean? You
ask
men now
yourself as
first
a
ask
man.
themselves, this one looks like who go I don't get the capacity.
And then it gets to the point where, let's see, if I be honest, let's tell ourselves the truth. It gets to the point where, if I see Jenny, for example, now, the natural thing in every man's head,
Nigerian man. Do you think
man.
it's general, first of all?
Do you understand? In a general
Let me say
Nigerian man, be like,
Nigerian
this one money go expensive. Oh, I need to make money to maintain this her skin. I need to do this one. I need to do that one. Automatically, you have at the back of your mind that you are being in a relationship these days is poverty and division.
So I think there's men's mentality. There's Nigerian men mentality.
Yeah.
I want to think that there's Nigerian men, because like it or not, Nigeria, we are very ambitious. We are very ambitious people. Money is a big deal in Nigeria. A very great deal. That's why in Nigeria they don't even care. You can be a poor man last week and be a billionaire tomorrow. Nobody cares. And that's why to replicate family wealth is almost difficult. It's even across Africa, because you can't replicate fluke.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's look at it towards this direction, because a lot of men are not taught self-love, self-contentment. In fact, 95 to 98. Okay, let me not over-exaggerate. But
Just say a large number.
Let me say like 70% of Nigerian men are simps.
If you say me want to tell you, you say 98. You are correct now. Why are you
Yeah.
using
I'm talking
70?
about simping, right? Because that's one of the highest level of low self-worth,
Okay.
and is a mental issue.
Again.
Of course, it's a mental issue.
And maybe
So
a lot of
when a
people are
man
not aware
is,
of it.
when a man's confidence is attached to physical things, first of all, I don't keep such men as my friends. As a man, if you cannot comfortably use your mouth to convince a woman naturally to lay with you, you have no idea the kind of a person you are.
That's true.
Because if you understand how human psychology works, there's something called admiration.
Okay.
We are all embedded with that. So it's natural. It's natural energy. So if you cannot work with that as a man, I am sorry for you. You just have money on a physical aspect. Emotionally and mentally, you are so broke.
So which means 70% of like you said,
I wanted to say 85,
No, 70
95%.
95%.
I'm talking about your fathers, your mothers,
Yes,
your
now.
uncles,
Even
your
they do
brothers,
say-
your
even they do.
sisters. I'm telling you, most of them grew up because their parents, as a man, you are growing up, you be hearing, you provide. The society tells you you provide. Your parents constructed that negative belief.
But how do we change that? Does it start with a man or the society?
It starts with you as a man. It starts with you as a human being. You becoming aware that such beliefs, look at the negative repercussion and look at what you get from being the best version of yourself. So there's something called self-awareness. Once you know who you are not to know yourself only on the physical aspect. There are versions of us that exist we cannot see. And we are now talking about energy. Do you understand? So as a man, if you don't have that belief, that self-confidence that you are contented with who you are, you don't seek outside validation, you will not experience such women to begin with. And it's vice versa. If our women are taught that they already have everything inside of them, they won't be meeting traumatic men.
But there's something I also want to say, because like you said 95% of Nigerian men,
Simps.
they are simps.
Very annoying. Simps. All of you guys. All.
Thank God I'm
Oh,
not.
I'm Nigerian too. Do you understand? I won't lie, but
Included
yeah,
you, including
of
yourself.
course.
Okay.
Thank God,
Like
I'm
most
nearly
of
Nigerian.
most Nigerian men are simps,
Yes.
and they think it's okay.
So
I
what-
agree. With,
I
I like the
know,
way you used to
okay.
portray that simps. I like
Yeah,
that
of
one.
course.
Who do you
We'll call it what it is.
Now, label this simp behavior of a Nigerian man What are the like give me like 4 or 5 things? Okay, now if you do this, you're a simp. You do this,
Then
you're
to the mumu. Then to the mumu? First of all, a Nigerian man would actually invest on a woman rather than his purpose.
Oh, that the man of God professor is saying.
so which means which mean most
As a man, once you don't forget the essence of your purpose, and a woman comes in, that's something.
But it's not a bad thing if I'm dating a woman and she has like a dream and I can help her achieve it because I love her. I should be able to do that, isn't it?
So you're saying the men shouldn't help the women?
No, I'm not saying we shouldn't help each other. I am saying that when a man has made a woman the center of his life, that's Samson.
And it's not okay.
The story of Samson has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Samson. In fact, Samson didn't even exist, but there's a psychological manual guide in that story. The story of Samson is for every man. Once you leave your divine purpose to submit to a woman, that's failure.
Yeah, it's failure.
100%.
Sorry, please make me understand what you just said. Once you leave your divine, so which means you should not submit to a woman.
No, you should submit to the God in you. Submit to the God in you.
So who should the woman not submit to?
Women, listen, like I said, women are highly intelligent beings. If you find a woman who aligns with your divine purpose, of course, the atmosphere will be healing. The kids, the character is quite different. Someone that came from self-love. For instance, at some point in my life, I stopped looking outside validation. In fact, I don't even care about how much I love you I hear from people. I don't care about that. So long as I wake up, I remind myself how much I love myself.
Yeah, self-validation.
Another
Do you
thing I want
understand?
to
Yeah,
say.
so many men are not thoughts. So they think it's okay to look for love. That's why they start buying it with money, because it's fake. It's not real.
Say men make
Yeah,
money.
you look for love
women
outside
will
of
come. So the
yourself.
reason I should make money is for women to
Bro,
come.
that's why they call it what it is. That's mental illness. And not be insult. Mentally, you are not functioning within the natural space of your mind. And that makes the body and the emotion unwell.
But- and
It's the thought in the mind.
And to be
also.
quite honest with you, I have in this line of our job, you meet a lot of people. He's aware of what I'm talking about. And then you see someone say, how far? Nah, that girl now, how far? How much he go chop?
I dare.
How much he go chop? Let me know. How yes, if I spend 10 million on that girl, that's all. What does she want? Is in buy her. So you see, their self-worth is in what they can.
Yeah, it's called lack of low self-worth.
So I want to ask, where is the problem coming from? Because you can go on Instagram right now, on TikTok or wherever, a social media platform. I can assure you that as we speak now, you can come across 10 videos of women coming out to say, if you know if you press money,
Get out.
you go see another video of women will actually say, a man, why are you dating a man that cannot support you financially?
Then you're a
A man that's
lesbian
not
because you're
giving you
dating
money,
a
a
woman.
lesbian. Man, when they press money, na lesbian. What do you understand? Even hype men for club, you go club, may just buy small beer, we won't complain to.
Okay, just 1 minute. No beside the common word from your mouth, because we are not really talking about the truth behind these things. Forget what you see on social media. I'm a life coach. I coach people on emotional intelligence daily. Do you get me? So people often come to me, they explain so many things, because most times we are not aware that a lot of men, a lot of narcissistic, traumatic, demonic men
are there.
hide under the shadow of being a provider, using it as a means of tool to abuse women.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying this. Over my dead body,
Amen.
my own daughters would never in this life depend on any man for money.
Same here.
And that's how people abuse women after all. Because you
Thank
feel
you.
like
Gender-based
I made you.
violence.
You are who you are because
thank
of
you.
me.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's the time we started telling women the truth. This is reality. As you're coming into this earth, everything you already need to succeed as a woman is naturally embedded inside of you. That's why we need awareness.
I think this thing is way deeper than we think
It is way deeper.
It is
For
way
example,
deeper.
it is way deeper.
It's crazy deeper than we think it is. For example, in my head now, I'm thinking, the society, the patriarchal society is one of the major reasons why it is the way it is. For example, you get into an organization when a woman is the boss. Hey, how did she become the boss? Oh, she must have slept her way through the top to the top. But it's a normal thing for men to be there. So it now gets to the point where you start thinking women are not supposed to aspire to get to that position. You understand? They are here. Now, what you're not doing in turn is they are now looking up to you to give them that thing that they're looking for. You now get to the point where almost most ladies are now depending on this man, depending on that man, depending on this man. And what I tell a lot of people that I know that are women that we talk, I'm like, look, the worst thing you can do to yourself is to depend on a man.
There's a neuroscientific explanation on
The
that
worst
as well.
reason you can get into any relationship, the worst reason ever as a woman to get into a relationship with a man, to a man, like he said, but I'm going to break it down more, is when you have needs. Now, these needs can be emotional. These needs can be psychological. These needs can be spiritual. These needs mostly financial.
And like us use them mostly because
Mostly
we get
financial.
problem with
Because,
Correct, yeah,
and
that's
the
what
truth
it is,
is, and the truth is, like you said, a lot of narcissistic,
Demonic,
nasty-
unhealed, traumatic
nastic men.
Yeah.
Narcissistic men. Now, hide under this thing
Yeah.
to give you. Now, note, when you go to a man because you have a need, he wants him to provide for you.
He's gonna abuse you.
He takes advantage of your weakness.
Before he gets to the point where he's abusing you, whoever you're asking for something will not give you what he wants. He gives you what he wants to give to you. So which means his hand is always going to be on top. You are always in need of what that person going to provide
And you
for you.
always have to obey.
You always have to obey. He slaps you. Boom. You see a girl that is dating a man, she's wearing dark shades. You see her in her Lamborghini. Because why you went into that relationship in the first place is because it's providing.
But women will openly tell you, I'd rather cry in a Bentley than cry on a bicycle.
Okay, let me counter that. let me counter that. There's a neuroscientific explanation. There's something called
Oh, yes, I was
mental
waiting for this
dependency.
explanation, yes.
You get mental dependency makes the mind unwell. And once your mind is not well, your whole cells, your nervous system reports according to that level of thoughts and the focus, and you begin to manifest it. So that's why we are encouraging everyone. You are responsible for your advancements. And once, let me put it this way, gender has nothing to do with this.
Yes,
As a human being, you owe it to yourself to advance yourself. Nobody is responsible for providing money for you. That is nonsense. And if you have that mentality, unlearn it is going to destroy you. Nobody is responsible for providing love, protection for you. These are basic common necessities. We need to wake up to and understand that actually these things exist within us.
Now,
So, just 1 minute, because you did mention about social constructs.
exactly, which is where I'm going. But thank God that you're about to talk about it.
Now, it's important to become aware of these things and start deconstructing it. If your intelligence is not leading you into questioning what you hear, what you believe, I applaud you to question that intelligence, because knowledge is not always power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is not always power. You get me? Now, why am I saying this? Because the minds of there's a societal reasoning towards everything. Remember, life is a game of consciousness. There's academical system, traditional system, religious system, culture, parental, and ancestral. You are to deconstruct all of these systems. Else, they will control you. And that's why a lot of people have never been in touch of their minds. I'm sorry to say this, because everything they know, everything they've ever engaged to their late age is all religion, system. They have never in this life have their own natural sense. That's why Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. So healing comes when we become aware of our negatives and positives. But if we are not telling people these things and creating this conscious awareness, that's why I love platforms like this. It helps spread the gospel out there so people can understand and start healing themselves.
But at what point did we get to the, at what point did we get and we now decided that a man who cannot provide does not deserve love, does not deserve respect? In fact, some even get to the point and tell you, if you cannot provide, Baba, go kill yourself. Now life you dey live. At what point? How did we get there? Now, which is why I think society at large is to be blamed. And I think it's too late for us to do anything about it.
Blame your papa self. No.
I think it's very late
Some
for
parents,
us to do anything
some
about
parents,
it.
just 1 minute. Some parents, they teach their pikin. Now, man, go do this. Now, no, let's start holding our parents accountable. Let's start holding them, not about the society, because everything begins in your
society is
home.
me,
Who
you,
society
him.
is-
Exactly.
It's-
I was with one old man about 60-something, 50-something years, going to 60s. How can an old man go, they tell me that his 19-year-old child, he's excited because there's this rich guy that has gave her tickets to come to Santorini. Now, I'm like, how does this conversation helps me? I was waiting for this man to tell me, your daughter is good at this, your daughter is good at that. He didn't mention that. He's only telling me that I don't want broke man, I don't want broke man. So I don't
He's
More
already
like pushing off
planting that
responsibility to the
belief.
next
so
man.
some of these things, there were some things that my parents taught me. Because of self-awareness, I'm like, no. Why would they even tell me this? Like, what am I going to do with this information?
Maybe it's too late to change it, but we can become better parents.
It's not too
not
late.
too late.
It's not too late. The fact is, start working on yourself
Yeah, you start working as for yourself as an individual.
as an
you
individual.
also
yes.
become a better parent.
You become that exactly. Because if not, those traumas, remember, our parents are physical. They had parents too, right? Their parents, their parents also had parents. So there's something called epigenetic memory. Now, is within ourselves, right? Now, this memory is responsible for, this cell is responsible for our traumas, negative and positive. So that's why sometimes you react, you don't even know what is wrong with your body.
Yeah.
So it might be coming from that past traumas. So that's why we need to become aware of these traumas and start healing from it. The essence of existence is to unlearn ignorance. I'm doing it, but if you're not doing it, that's when you find yourself vibrating on the negative mood.
See me, I'll still go back to what I'm saying. What we're talking about is men's mental health and how we can pay more attention to this thing. I think we are all sick in the head. If I ask Spa now, Spa, be honest with yourself. Your value as a man, if right now you are here and you are just sitting, you cannot think beyond whatever is happening here now. You cannot think beyond, I want to go to Santorini, I want to go to America, I want to go to this. But if I tell you now, Spa, I'm putting 10 million rands in your account, there's kind of confidence that comes in you. Am I lying? Yeah. Exactly. There's a confidence that comes in you. So is something that was done from ground up, or is it something religion or culture brought us to? Now, going back to the Bible, God created Adam and Eve, innit? And it says, okay, the man will provide.
No, God did not say the man should provide. We ain't talking.
Yeah, God did not say that. Who now said
God
it?
There was
did say
nowhere
What-
when God made Adam. He no tell and say provide though. Because he made Adam. It is pastors that now say, oh, when he made Adam, the first thing he gave him was work. Right? You know, right and there say provide though. What he gave him was work. That is according to the story.
Yes.
Then later on, he now saw that the man was lonely and alone. He now gave him help. If
Bro,
I even follow that
that's
scripture,
in-
now women supposed to get money pass.
That's in, to be
Because
honest.
a helper should be higher than the happy. Oh God. If you are a helper, it means that you should be the stronger. How can the weak help the? Do you understand what I mean? If they brought you as a helper in the original sense of it, a helper should be stronger than the happy. So that's why it is female lion that goes to hunt. It's a helper of the Stop now.
That story has nothing. It's not realistic anymore.
You just said something, oh. But bro, you just said something, and if we
Stop
really,
now. Don't let me open my church. I'm feeling it
no,
now.
but no. Based on it's a female lion that does this thing. Have you noticed that the birds, like the vulture or something, it is the mothers that go to hustle? Am I lying?
Very true. No,
It's the mothers that go to hustle and they come and they start giving. The guy that impregnated, is he
See now,
responsible?
flesh and blood did not reveal this thing I said. My father, which is
and then it goes out. So I'm beginning to think that this thing has been
they reconstruct them.
reconstructed from
I
time
don't think they are
immemorial.
Everything. Well, I disagree because the story of Adam and Eve, Bible, in my own understanding, because we all have various opinions.
Yes.
Right. But it's another case of
another day.
conversation. Yes. Now,
I think
Bible.
you don't believe the Bible.
Not that I don't believe the Bible to be a historical fact.
Okay.
Every of that thing is not historical. So if you take it literally, in Igbo language, there's something called akoko iro. Bible is full of gini akoko iro,
Ah, for-
And what
for-
does it
which
mean?
What is- yes.
simply fairy tale.
Fairy tale.
Peter Pan.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
listen,
fairy tale.
listen. That's why I said it's not a historical fact, but is a mental and emotional fact. But you have to decode it.
Yeah, you have to.
So when they tell you Samson and Delilah, it never happened. Jesus walking on water, it never happened. It's a metaphor. It's another conversation we'll talk about. It never happened.
I love
because
to have this conversation.
I'm going to put it. If you think it's true, if Jesus really walked on water, I dare you, I dare your pastor, I dare your sense of belief, go on the ocean and walk on water.
No, now.
Wait, that's what I'm
I
telling
want
you.
you to
It's
follow
not,
out your faith.
it's not a that's what I'm saying. It's not a historical fact.
But if you believe,
No man, nah lie. That's what I'm putting
If you
it
have
to you.
faith in
If you have
belief,
faith,
yes.
I'm putting it to your faith. That's what I'm listen.
I agree with him because I've
I'm
never seen
putting
anybody
it.
that
I'm
had
putting
that
it to
faith
your
since after
faith.
Jesus.
His faith, ne? I'm putting it to your faith.
Go and try it.
Your pastor, your belief. I'm challenging every Christian pastor, every Christian community. Jesus never walked on water, and that's a fact. Because that story is not a historical story, but is a psychological and emotional story. Bible is a mental manual guide. You have to decode it, but it's another conversation. So if we are referring to Adam and Eve, let's not take it literally, because that's not what he's talking about.
Because if not, now Eve supposed to find out something. Because
no. But at what point? Because I've heard a lot of, I've heard and I've read where a lot of men suffer in silence. And when they die, they get to the point of committing suicide, and then everybody just, hey, yeah, oh, this man don't die, oh, this man don't die. And then you see people on social media, oh, we didn't know he was going through this thing. Why didn't he speak up? Why didn't he speak up? Nobody listens to a man.
But how do you spot a man if he is not okay? How can you spot it that, okay, I can see these. Do you see it or sense it by the change of his routine? Or how do you see that he's not okay? Because sometimes he's smiling, everything is okay, but he's hiding a deep inside.
There was one video I saw on TikTok. The guy was in the car. The guy was like, the guy was thinking like this in the car. But, you can see that he's mentally, emotionally frustrated. And then someone comes, and then the person that is making the video will be like, oh my God, this guy is going through it. He's going through a lot. I'm sure he's sitting inside a lot right now. And then he goes to knock on the guy's window. The guy wound down. The guy was like, are you okay? The guy was like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Sharp, I'm okay.
He's just putting a mask,
So
but he's not
every man, we are like, is it tortoise or snail? Once you hit, just recluse. Because that's our safe space. That's where we will not be judged. If I feel some type of way, and for example, maybe I'm dating Jenny, and I come home and tell you, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm going through. The truth is, she starts low-key judging you. based on that thing you said, which is why a lot of men don't say anything. Even when you go to church.
Okay, wait on that. Not all the women judge.
This is what we keep hearing, not all the women, not all the women. So who are the women that are not doing it?
It's not Jenny, but other women. Because
No,
let me tell you something.
see, let's be honest, not all women, not all women. The men that are dying low key, who are now the women that are now
Do you know
doing
that, Jenny?
everything?
Like Jenny said, do you know that you can literally tell a woman something that broke you so much, and then the day there's an argument, that's the first thing.
You should bring it up. Idiots. That was how that day. You went
That's the
in.
first
Hey,
thing
man
she
like you,
throws
you're
at you.
crying.
So you
We've
think
seen it happen.
they would argue or
multiple women. Yeah.
I think it depends on your partner. What type of a woman is your partner?
Okay, no problem.
Well, sometimes we don't really know people.
You
that
don't really
much,
know people,
'cause
yeah.
people are bound to change. But let me put it this way: as a man, you have to be confident in yourself and not to give a hoot about what other people think.
When a man says I'm fine, what does he really
But
mean?
this
That's
takes
a
us
problem.
back to that.
That's what I'm saying. That's where emotional intelligence is against such men, because your own belief now is also setting you up for failure. Because you've been taught as a man up.
You shouldn't cry.
Now, we know that the society isn't trained to welcome men's weaknesses.
Yes.
Mentally. That's what I'm saying. We are sick as a people to even begin with, because we are not realistic at some certain level. So it's like trying to avert nature. It's going to create a disaster. Now, if you look at the statistics of suicidal statements released, not statements,
Record or something.
Stats.
record released by, SADAG, South African Depression and Anxiety Group. Men are unaliving themselves. And according to WHO, men has higher statistics. Even Nigeria is even worse. Like, I think we have to do an episode on over 40% of Nigerians have mental illness. Right? So it's important we become aware and know this and we are also urging the government, create a safe space for men to express who they are naturally, and the fear of being judged. Okay, now this thing is a psychological problem. Even as a man now, we're not talking about men who are going through abuse. And as a man, you can't just come out and say that your wife or your girlfriend beat you around. I can't go to police station now and open a docket and say that I was abused by a man. I will become a laughing stock.
By a woman.
Yeah, because you're gonna be ashamed.
Of course.
What are they gonna say?
They will shame you as a man. And as a man, the thought of coming out to express who you are, you just give up.
The thought of the feedback you will get
Makes them to give up.
say-
But this is where emotional intelligence comes in now. Listen, as a man, embrace your vulnerability. And know that you have a conscious awareness, a creative force of intelligence within you that can equally help you to become better. So once you are confident in yourself, yes, I said that to let the negativity get out of me. But I'm not this person, and I don't care whoever sees me in this way or that way. So once we build our mind to be strong, you wouldn't care about other people's opinion.
Like right now,
It's not going to hurt you, you know?
because the truth is, someone like me, I cry easily.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what you think. Fuck you.
Me too, yeah. I
That's
cry.
the confidence we
Yeah,
need.
I cry.
As
I
men.
cry.
Exactly.
That's why we're telling men, cry.
Cry. It's okay to
I
cry.
cry. Sometimes, like last week, bro, I was going through emotional turmoil and mental. And in the house, I had to drive out of the house because I knew that if I was there, my energy was just going to be messing up everything. What did I do? I just drove out of the house. I went somewhere in Lekki. I parked my friend's place. I parked there. I just laid down. As I reclined this, laid down. As I put my head like this, the seconds, tears just zoom. Bro, I was crying, I was praying, and then after like 30, 45 minutes, I kind of became okay. But I mean, and then, I could now see clearly, I could now see options, okay, how to go about this, how to go about this, how to go about that. But a man is helpless. Because you get to the point as a man, you be like,
You even hardly get help from a fellow man.
Of course, yeah.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
who's
like,
going to help you? So
the belief is what we are attacking. It doesn't care who brought it. It doesn't care. That's what I'm saying. Once we begin to see people as who they are, I think it's hard time we tag them. Those people saying this as
Give them their title.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have mental issues if you cannot be able to relate to reality. So that's why we are telling men, know how to control your ego. That's what emotional intelligence does. You become responsible.
But Charles, I want to ask you, don't be angry.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in this. You are. The ladies are here and people that are watching. When a man tells you I'm fine, what does it really mean?
It means I don't want to talk about it. I think.
Well, such men are, like I
not
said, such men
okay.
are not confident. That's what I'm saying. Their own belief is also their enemy. Because sometimes if you're not careful, your mind has what it takes to mislead you. The same goes to everyone. That's why we need to become aware and start impressing the mind with versions of us is not familiar with. Else, your mind will control you instead of you controlling your mind.
Do you think women unknowingly or knowingly contribute largely to men not owning up to their emotions or just bottling everything inside?
I don't blame women, I blame the men. Because as a man, you owe it to yourself to know who you are.
So
I blame the men because men have refused to take accountability.
you deflect.
So as a man,
Of
you
course,
should
because
take
if a man is in his power, a woman can either align or disconnect. So when you know who you are as a man, personally for me, I don't really deal with women who are not aware of who they are. It makes it easier for me. Am I perfect? No. Is she perfect? No. But because we are both enlightened, we know ourselves, the way we will handle the situation is different from those who don't know who they are. So, and I'm not about living that life. And I cannot go down for any woman. So any woman that wants to meet me, you have to climb that mountain.
And it's only fair.
Yeah, of
But
course.
can I
If
ask?
we're meeting each other halfway.
Yeah, of course, at the end of the day, because that's why you would not experience what most men are experiencing. When I call you and tell you, baby, this is how I feel, you already understand that
But
your man,
can I ask one
without
last
any
question?
fear, yeah.
I know for sure that men and women naturally don't think same way. Like women express themselves sometimes for the sake of it. Just express yourself. Me, I want to believe that men are solution driven. A lot of times, a man don't just want to. A man wants to express himself where there's solution, right? And so sometimes that "Are you okay?" and he says fine. Sometimes it's often made up from various times that he has tried to express himself here and there's no solution. He goes here and there's no solution. He goes there and there's no solution. And that same person is coming again to ask, "Are you okay?" In his mind, he already knows that of what difference will it make if I tell you how I feel because there's no solution coming from you. Do you not think that that's part
It's
of the
not
reason why
about-
men bottle it up and say, "I'm fine"?
But sometimes it's not about that solution. You can probably offer something it might be not money, but maybe emotional comfort.
Of course, yes.
being
So I wasn't
there
even
as
talking
a
about money.
partner.
A man expressing based on what he's going through at the time. A man doesn't always need money, right? But okay, I'm using myself for instance. I may not speak for all men. Most times, I want to believe I'm very solution driven. When I'm having, it's not about money, about anything else, right? And then the first person that comes to my mind to communicate it with is the person that I think can provide me a solution to what I'm trying to express right now. I don't just go about expressing it for expressing its sake.
So what happens if the person you go to doesn't offer solution?
Oh, nothing. That's what I'm saying. It may not be a build-up of I've often come to you to express how I feel about certain things, and there's no solution coming from you. And tomorrow again, you're asking me, bro, how far?
no, there's-
I'll just say fine.
Well, you already know that such people, they don't contribute to your present situation by helping you elevate your present conditions. You with that is justifiable. But I'm speaking in a case whereby, as a man, you are bottling emotions, you are bottling it, you are not expressing it. My dear, you are just a time
And then
bomb.
it gets to a point, you see, when a man bottles these things, see, the basic thing we're talking
Go
about
explode.
is, yeah,
Of course,
you're
it's gonna
bottling, you're
explode.
bottling, you're bottling.
which leads
Now
to
it's from here.
isolation.
Every man these days bottles everything. No man wants to share his emotions because he believes he's going to be seen as a weak man when he shares his emotions, when he opens up about what is wrong with him, or when he opens up about is having mental health, he has low self-esteem, he doesn't see himself worth it, he doesn't think he's worth it. Now, people ask, oh, men and alcohol, men and alcohol. You don't know why most men drown themselves in alcohol. It is because of these things that men drown themselves in alcohol. Because sometimes you just see a bit, you just get a bit of reprieve from taking these things. Okay, but mama, just take 1 or 2 bottles. What is the basic thing that you hear from men that go to beer parlors? At least this bottle will not judge me.
Men say, like I told you, men talk to
Yeah,
bottles.
so men tell you, at least this bottle will not judge me. Go to the clubs, go to the bars. Who are the people sitting there?
Nobody enjoy. Nobody
But
judge.
you understand? Who are the people sitting there? They are men. And then you see these men going through this thing. They try to open up, but they are shut down. Nobody wants to
By
listen
both
to you.
men
By both men
and
and women. And then I'm saying this thing is now, it's pretty much, if I meet 9 men, if I meet 10 men, 9.5 go through what I'm talking
11.
about.
So if
Now,
you meet 10, 11.
11 are going through it. Now, something must have led them to this place, which is, I'm going to ask this question. Who should change first? The men or the society? Now, if the men should change first, there has to be something that will make them say, okay, they are beginning to accept us. But we accept our emotions. We can express ourselves. But I'm sorry, I don't see that happening I'm sorry to curse. I don't see that happening anytime. You go on social media. I go on TikTok. If you can, I dare you, go on TikTok and type men crying. You will see tons of men. They just carry their TikTok this thing because they can't vent to anybody. There was one that was venting, he just went into his car. He was just screaming, ah!
No, I also believe that it boils down to your environment as a man.
And
Who you surrounded with, your family, how is that environment? Is it a safe place for you to say, I feel comfortable to cry and express my emotions?
now let me tell you, he was shouting. The video went viral. His wife saw it. Do you know what the wife said? She didn't know he was going through that. Now, there was another video I saw. One plumpy man, I think he was wearing red. His wife was wearing something. His wife was on the couch. He was on the dining. And then she stood up, looked at the man, and said, I just want to say thank you to you. I know you go through a lot. I know you're stressed at work. I know you do everything to pay the mortgage, the rentals, the phone bills, this and everything. If I haven't told you thank you enough, this me telling you thank you. You are a wonderful man. You've helped me. I think she stopped working, but you have carried the burden. Now you're sitting on the table, you're doing calculations of bills. I'm just telling you thank you. The man started crying. He started crying.
Because we don't get
We don't
appreciated.
Nobody gets. How many times?
it's
If I Spa, when was the last time you were appreciated as a man?
No, you don't get because it is assumed that it's your
It's what
role.
we're talking about.
Okay.
When you are a cappella, when was the last time you were appreciated as a
You go
man?
say first time, which one be last time?
You understand? as a man that is watching, when was the last time that you were appreciated? You as a woman that is watching, please, when was the last time you appreciated your husband?
I appreciate my man personally every day.
It's good.
So that's why I'm saying that it depends on the environment, the people that is
Yes.
in your life.
If we're trying to solve this, if we're trying to help men's mental health, everybody has to. So what?
Yeah, come
We
together.
have to
Yeah,
come
they have to
together
come
to make
together.
it work. You as a woman that is watching up, please, if you've never done it, call your man and say, guys, listen, I just want to say thank you to
Yes,
you.
thank you.
The man will be shocked, sir. What do you want? No, I don't want anything.
A small thing you can change everything.
Exactly.
You know that a woman calling her man now to say thank you, the man go suspect saying something make her
Exactly,
because
because
it's
you
not
will
regular.
suspect that she wants something.
Something that
It's not
because
regular.
why
Because it's not
suddenly
regular,
are
it's not
you saying
normal.
Thank you.
It's
Say,
not
babe,
normal.
this one you are saying thank you. I don't have money.
it's
I don't have money. That's why I say thank you. This one is hailing me like this. I don't have money. I don't have money. Who should go first for the healing? Which do we put first? The society or the man before the society to sort this out?
I put it on every individual. It has not, gender doesn't matter here. Humans do. So when we start putting gender to it, that's nonsense to begin with. Now, where does healing comes from? I'm going to use myself as an example. There were times in my life, there were some negative behaviors that I had. And I sat one day and I told myself, I called myself out. I am messing up. And if I don't fix this thing, it doesn't look good on my personality. How do I change this way of thinking? How do I change this way of behaving? That was how I was able to heal myself. And that came with a lot of boundaries. That came with a lot of crossing outs. When I mean crossing outs my negative self-identity.
And focusing
Crossing
on the positive.
into my positive self-identity. Now, it's important to know as a human being, there's so much work to be done. We are work in progress. If I work on myself, like I always tell myself, if I cannot accept my own negative thoughts and emotion, what makes you think that I can accommodate your bullshit? I'm sorry to use the word. But at the end of the day, I had to learn who I am. We are here to understand self-mastery. You are to master yourself on the mental, emotional, and of course the physical. So if we get it right, if men start loving themselves, start forgiving themselves, automatically it's going to affect the woman.
There are two questions that I'm going to ask as we're wrapping up. How do we spot a man who is smiling but dying inside? That's one. And then the second one is, what would it take for society to accept a soft, emotional, and expressive man? Those are the two questions.
Sorry, the first one again.
The first one is, how do we spot a man that is smiling and saying, I'm okay, but he's dying
Really
inside?
not
Simply
okay.
put, suffering and smiling.
Yeah.
Suffering and smiling. How do we spot that man so that it can also help our viewers to know how to, this person is just saying it's fine, this person is not fine?
Well, let's put it this way. Intuition helps. And secondly, energies don't lie.
They don't.
If you focus on someone, they may try to fake it the first time, but as time goes, they must sleep, because energies, you cannot destroy it. You can't add anything to it. You can't subtract. It is the way it is. It's either you are vibrating on it or you are not. So how do we spot? We spot from intuition works and personal observation.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now the second one is, what would it take for society to accept a soft, emotional, and an expressive man?
Unlearn and learn society. We've been taught a lot of negative stuff. At some point in my life, respectfully, I held my parents accountable for accepting a belief they never questioned. And that belief limited me in life. Until I grew up, I'm like, no, I have to unlearn this nonsense. The fact that you are my father doesn't mean I'm going to have the same reality with you respectfully. The fact that you gave birth to me as my mom, we do not share the same physical reality. I respect that. I am not bound by my ancestors. So everything ends in my generation. I am here to become aware of my parents' trauma and to end it in my generation. I am not going to be limited by their sickness. So that's why we are teaching this information, preaching the good spell of emotional intelligence. And what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is that version of you and I that has a powerful force of creative intelligence and is also responsible for helping us organize our thoughts and emotion.
All right. Having heard everything from the beginning to the end, we want to say this as a society. This is one of tons of conversation we're going to have on this topic. I mean, we rounding up now does not mean we're going to stop the conversation. The conversation will still continue. He's still going to come back on the show. We're going to have proper time and analyze a lot more things. This conversation needs to be going on. We need to understand that men's mental health matter too. It's not only women that have mental health. Men have worse mental health because you have to understand that you provide, you pay school fees, you pay house rent.
Just to put this in, because we often talk about men that rapes women. But we don't often talk about women that molest men.
And it happens.
It happens. We don't talk about it. No, we are trying to find balance. And we don't work with gender, we work with human beings. So I'm speaking from a humanitarian point of view.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not balanced. The more we are holding men that grapes women accountable, we should also hold women
And grapes.
that molests young men.
And there's a lot.
There's a lot of them.
It is a lot.
In suit and tie.
I have a friend. I know people will say Nedu always has a friend. Yes, I do. I have a friend. He was by their housemaid. He grew up messed up in the head.
Yeah.
It was
Many men.
It was many men. So it was after he moved out. It was after he me. I will say my own. But thank God it did not affect me. The first
Also
time
you
I had,
think.
yes,
No,
no,
but
it didn't affect me.
True.
It didn't affect
Me
me.
too. I was also a victim.
Mentally.
I
It
was
was
also
an
a victim.
shower.
Yeah.
Give me what do you call a shower?
Makosha. Makosha, yeah. It's fair, be.
Say no. What do you call it?
Makosha, yeah.
It was a makosha.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. I paid 15 naira small money that time. That
Oh,
year.
your own, you go meet her now.
Now,
What you gonna blame the woman?
so my
Eh,
friends were doing it.
No, your own was not molestation. You paid for
No,
molestation.
you paid for
Yeah,
it.
you paid
Anyway, you
that
paid
doesn't
for
count.
services.
That
Anyway,
doesn't count.
thank you to Charles from Mastery EQ for coming. You can
Thank you
follow
for
Charles
having me, man.
on all his social media handles. In Instagram, TikTok. What are the handles?
On Instagram is mastery.eq. On TikTok, Mastery EQ. Facebook, Mastery EQ. And my website is www.masteryeq.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
So if you're a man that is going through all this and you need someone to talk to, these are the people you talk to. Shout out to every one of you. Follow us on all the social media handles, 234 Mzansi, on TikTok, on Instagram, on... no, we're not on Snapchat. We don't do bad things on Snapchat. But subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shout out to Acapella, Dollar Remix, and of course, Jenny. And of course, Saba that is not here. She went to see a man. Until next time. Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye, guys.
Two giants, one continent, divided by stories, united by truth. From Lagos to Josie, we're breaking stereotypes, not each other. This is Plus 234 Mzansi, where Nigeria meets South Africa and the real conversation begins.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Plus 234 Mzansi, let the conversation begin.